हरिः ॐ शं नो मित्रस्यं वरुणः शं नो भवत्वर्यमा शं न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now we are going to the next part of the planets and karma. This particular chapter, the planets and the karma, is a very, very important chapter in two ways. That is, how to understand our previous karma, whether it is a good karma or a bad karma, how the planets in our birth horoscope indicates about our previous good and bad karmas, and what are the good aspects in the horoscope, and what are the malefic aspects in the horoscope, how we will understand our life in the background of these two aspects, benefic and malefic aspects, how to live our life, how to plan our life, how to understand our previous karma, and also how to understand the present circumstances in this particular birth, and finally, how to lead a life with a proper understanding of the planetary influences in our horoscope. This is the purpose of this particular chapter, the planets and karma. So here, Master dealt in a very, very beautiful way with all the examples to understand the different aspects in our horoscope. Now he is giving another example. You can be sure that nature helps us through the planets as far as these aspects are concerned. Master explained in our previous lecture, there are natural good effects and achieved good effects. Natural good effects means what we get from our horoscope through the good aspects like sextile or trine, that is 60 degrees aspect and 120 degrees aspect between the two planets. When somebody is born with many sextiles in the horoscope or many trines in the horoscope, it is sure that he had lot of good karma from his previous birth, and that good karma come into action as fortunes or good luck or good opportunities and good incidents in the life, and everything will be arranged automatically without their effort. That is what we feel, that this person is blessed by the heavens or by the angels or by the devas, or he did some good karma in his previous birth. That's how we have to understand this natural good effects. So you can be sure that nature helps us through the planets as far as these aspects are concerned. Suppose you are having a trine of Saturn and Venus. That means Saturn and Venus help the fellow automatically. They will give healthy physical tissues as far as the tissues are concerned. For example, the harder tissues and the outer skin are formed by Saturn because it is the outermost planet of our solar system. He causes the formation of the outer skin, our bones, our teeth, our hair, whiskers and mustaches, and also our nails. Since these are the tissues that are produced by Saturn, that's why they are strong and healthy in the person. Master here hinted some medical astrology part. What he explained, when Saturn and Venus are in a trine aspect, you will have a very good health. What type of good health? Then if you go to the medical astrology, you will find the different tissues and relates to the different planets. For example, moon to the mind, the water in the body, and sun is the heart, and the life force and vital force, like that. The Saturn is the bones and the skin and outer parts of the body. Like that, there is a branch in the medical astrology. So Master telling us here, since Saturn is very far to our earth where we are living, that means you have to understand the distance between the earth and other planets also to understand about our health situations. Master has given a hint, a clue here. Since, for example, the harder tissues and the outer skin are formed by Saturn because it is the outermost planet of our solar system. Because it is the outermost planet in the solar system, in our body also, Saturn indicates the outermost layers of our body. This is called a hint to understand further, to go into the medical astrology part. He causes the formation of the outer skin because it's the outermost planet. In our body also it causes the outer skin, our bones, our teeth, our hair, whiskers and mustaches, and also our nails. Since these are the tissues that are produced by Saturn, that's why they are strong and healthy in the person. And the Venus and the Saturn are in the trine aspect. What Master is telling here, the aspects of Venus, the parts, the organs in the body related to Venus and Saturn, they are very strong in our body because there is a trine aspect between Venus and Saturn. So, if it is not the trine, if it is the opposition, that means 180 degrees or square 90 degrees, what happens? The same parts what Master explained here, they will be in trouble. So there is a skin diseases or bone problems or any orthopedic problems or teeth problem or problem with the hair and problems with the skin and the nails, means definitely there must be a problem with Saturn with some other planet. It depends upon the combination of the planets. So when two planets are in a malefic aspect, the corresponding parts related to these two planets will be affected and they will have the health problems. That's what Master explained here. Okay. So, like this on the physical plane, they give their help. He explained about the physical plane. Now he is explaining about in the vital plane also the Saturn gives resistance against diseases. So he explained about the physical aspect of the Saturn because it's the outermost planet. He also Master is explaining about vital plane. When the Saturn is strong in the horoscope, it gives resistance against diseases. Somebody is very resistant to the diseases means his Saturn should be very strong in the horoscope. Saturn gives a resistance power. That's why even the patience and perseverance and a calm mind and working very hard, go deep into the subjects, wait for years together to get the results. All these are the positive aspects of Saturn. Unless the Saturn is very strong, we cannot withhold for any epidemics or any weakness or any problems. This is what Master explained here. Venus gives an open disposition which helps in the free circulation of vital force. Venus is responsible for the free circulation of the vital force. Like that, there are natural benefits from the planets, but there are benefits that have to be achieved by us. For this, we have to use our abilities. So, when the Venus and Saturn are in the trine aspect, it is called a natural blessing, natural benefits. But here, the part of training and sadhana come into the picture. This is the beauty of the Master's teachings. In the predictive astrology, simply we understand the aspects between the planets, and if you find certain planets are in a benefic position and giving auspicious results, we feel it is granted. We will be forever wealthy, forever we will be very healthy or wealthy or fortunate. Like that, we will spend our time with that background, with such a beautiful feeling. But here Master is telling, you have to understand that you are having such abilities in your horoscope. You have to make use of it for a greater cause, for a good purpose. Just don't spend like that. Don't waste your time and don't be lazy about it because you are given already. You have to understand in such a way that they are the abilities and the talents given to you naturally by the planets, and you have to learn how to use them. That is the most important part in the planets and karma. I will explain to you with examples afterwards, or even Master also explain to you later. But there are benefits that have to be achieved by us. For this, we should use our abilities. The planets know fully well that if you start helping us with their good aspects without our asking, then we will develop a lazy disposition in the mind and won't make any effort. Planets know very well because since all these good things are given to us, many times people will become lazy. They won't make any efforts to grow in the life because money is given to us, given to them, opportunities will be given to them, many things will be given to them because of their benefic aspects. So many people live lazily without doing anything, spending all the time and spending money lavishly and waste their time. And finally what happens? You can see many people who spend their money and opportunities and their wealth and their power and their comforts just like that without working for their livelihood. What happens? When once it is gone, then what will be their position? That is what Master is telling here. Then we will develop a lazy disposition in the mind and won't make any effort. That will result in our ability plummeting down day by day. We will start expecting the planets to do everything for us. This is why they try to stimulate us to achieve the remaining part of the benefit. So all the time we will be expecting more and more and more from the planets without doing any work. What happens? What is the result? We will come down slowly and slowly and slowly. That's why the planets create such an atmosphere, a pressure, an inevitability for us to work because we spend all the things given to us naturally. So, do you know how they do? They expose us to situations where it is inevitable for us to work. What the planets do? They will provide. They will create in a situation. They will expose us to a situation where it is inevitable to us to work. So automatically there has to be unfavorable surroundings. If there are favorable incidents, our mind will refuse to work. So definitely there has to be under unfavorable circumstances. That is what we call the bad aspects in astrology. That is the pairs and the oppositions. There are no horoscopes which do not have bad aspects, but there are some horoscopes where there are no negative aspects in the birth chart. They are born in ideally happy conditions. So what happens? Master is explaining in a beautiful way. What is explaining? When the favorable position is over, because planets will be progressing, or in Indian astrology we will find the dasa, the planetary periods. We call dasa means period, planetary periods. When we are born in a good planetary period, or when we are born when the planets are in a very good aspect in our birth chart, our life go very, very smooth. But as I explained to you in my previous lesson, 60 degrees aspect between two planets, slowly the speedy planets progress further. It will go when it goes to 90 degrees. So what happens? It forms a malefic aspect, a bad aspect, a square aspect. Then situations will be created in the life to create an inevitable position to work hard, because by the time would have spent all our money given to us by the benefic aspects. So that's how we call that this is a testing period or a difficult period or unfavorable period. All these terms we use. But we should know one thing before that. What is that? When everything is there with us, that's the time for us to think in a positive way, with an intelligent way, in a discriminative way, to invest the money for the future, or to save the money for the future, or to work more to get much more money out of it, or to help the people with this money, and when we are in need, those people will come to our rescue. There are a lot of things to spend our money and time in a purposeful and meaningful way. Without doing all those things when we are in a comfortable way, if I am right, 80 to 90% of the people, they don't think about the future. Because they take it for granted that they are blessed. They spend all their time and money in the most unfruitful way. That's why nature creates some situations and surroundings and circumstances to make us work inevitably a little bit harder. This is what Master is explaining here. In the next lesson, Master is telling, when the planet takes progression of 30 degrees, already I explained to you, you know the sextile planet comes to a square, or 60 degrees the trine planet comes to opposition. So this is Master is explaining here. What he is explaining here, 60 degrees go to 90 degrees, 120 degrees goes to 180 degrees after some time, and meanwhile some planets oppositions, and in the transit also planets will be changing. Jupiter changes every year in the transit, and Saturn changes for every 2.5 years, and Uranus for 7 years, like that. These things also come into picture. And if you go to the Indian astrologies, you will know about many more aspects between the planets. So there is no guarantee, even though there are good aspects in the horoscope, in the birth horoscope, there is no guarantee for us to live happy life throughout the life. Exceptions are there, very, very few, maybe 5% or not more than 10% if I am right. It is my experience. So we have to understand one thing. The natural benefic things comes to our life means it is because of our good karma in our previous births. When those periods are running, it is a responsibility for us to use those opportunities in a very, very beautiful way, and you have to invest the time and money. We have to spend our time and money and power in a purposeful and meaningful way. Then when a testing period will come, or when a bad aspect enters into our horoscope, or a bad planetary period enters into our horoscope, then those things what we preserved before will come to our rescue. The most important thing is, when we are in a difficult period or a bad period of the planets, we should not be depressed, but understand that it is a period for us to rectify certain things, to reorganize certain things in our life, to consolidate our life, to work a little more harder, to practice the discipline, to develop the discrimination until the bad period passes away. Then also whatever the training we had in this bad period, it will help us in future when once again we enter into the good period. So whether in the good period or in the bad period, we have to live with a discipline, with a clear understanding, with a discrimination, with a creativity, and with a constructive mind, with a progressive and a positive mind. These things we have to cultivate either in the bad period or in the good period. With this, the lessons what I have given in our course, all are completed. So please read the lessons completely And we are going a little bit more deep into the spiritual astrology side, connected with the practical side of astrology also. So make use of it. Good luck. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha gobrahmanebhya sumasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.